Hello Star Citizens, Buzzkiller here, and welcome back to the hangar. Now as you can see I've painted my Greycat PTV a nice sporty shade of red, and that's in honor of this week's theme, which is racing. Now over the next week I'll be releasing 4 or 5 different videos, including this one, that show off the Origin M50 and Origin 350R racing ships. Now these aren't the only racers in the game. There's also the Omega and Gamma, which are Mustang variants. And though I don't own those, I've already done a review on them in my Mustang lineup video during the Free Fly weekend last January. For today's video, we're focusing on the M50 here. Now the M50 is the dedicated racer / interceptor. It's 11 meters long, has a max crew of 1 person, and does not carry any cargo. It also comes with 2 massive TR2 racing engines, and those are the maximum size for that hard point. 8 TR1 maneuvering thrusters. They're actually very tiny, but they're still TR1. 2 size 1, that's right, 2 size 1 power plants, which are actually capable of being upgraded to size 2, so a lot of power potential for this ship. It also has a size 2 shield, which is capable of being upgraded to size 3. For weapons, it has 2 class 2, that's gimbaled, size 1 laser cannons, and the default equipment is the M3A laser cannon by bearing. And it also, by bearing, it has 2 size 1 missile racks with 2 size 1 bearing missiles. Now even though this is the dedicated racer / interceptor, it's really not the best at either of those roles. It's not the fastest ship in the game, and it definitely doesn't hold up well in a firefight. Now even though it is a jack of 2 trades and master of neither, I haven't been able to bring myself to melt this ship, and the reason is, well, look at it. It's gorgeous. This is probably one of the most beautiful ships, I think, in the game right now. From those massive engines to that spoiler, the sleek lines, this thing oozes F1 or Ferrari. Gorgeous ship. Very sleek. Very nice. Let's go ahead and get in the cockpit. I'm going to go ahead and get into a third-person view so you can see the animation. Now the ladder will pop out from the side here, and some handles will pop out as well, and the cockpit will open and we'll jump in. But here, let me show it to you. And there we go. Go ahead and close out the Arena Commander menu. Let's take a look around. This ship has an absolutely fantastic field of view to the top. Almost completely unobstructed. There's a few little bands there that are supports for the canopy. But unfortunately, since you sit so low, your view down is almost completely blocked. It's a very nice high-tech cockpit, which is really a hallmark of the Origin series. Very nice. Very interesting when it's lit up. Hopefully when they customize this cockpit, a lot of these panels will actually be used. But I think that's about it. Let's go ahead and go outside. I'm going to go ahead and go to the actual pilot view. There we go. This gives me a chance to look at some of the features of the ship with a lot more detail. Go ahead and turn on track IR so I can look around a little bit. Now remember those 2 size 1 power plants I mentioned? Well, there they are. And those are absolutely beautiful. I mean, they look like 2 racing engines, like two 5-cylinder inline racing engines. And with the glass canopy over them, really gives you a Ferrari or Lamborghini type feel. And the amount of detail they put in these engines, or these power plants, is phenomenal. I mean, you can see on the right here, it looks like it looks like a car engine. It's got the intake manifold here on the right. On the left, of course, it has the exhaust headers. There's 5 of them. All kinds of interesting pipe work. Even a little futuristic turbocharger there in the front with the blue effects. Now, unfortunately, they do... Well, there's even got an oil pan here. That's pretty cool, too. Now, unfortunately, they do sit a little high in the bay there. As you can see, there's a cylindrical fluid reservoir of some type here, and it sticks through the model up top. A little unfortunate. But it's not the only graphical issue with this ship. If you look at the right wing here, the weapons are pretty well lined up on this side, and you have your cooling system here. But you see that little black triangular or conical piece there? That's actually the nav light, and that's supposed to be on the end of the wing here. Now the other wing is a little more messed up. The nav light here, and there it is in the correct place, but all the weapons and the cooling fins are all too high. There you can see it, the cooling fins floating on top of the wing. You've got the 2 missile mounting points sticking up through there, and the weapon mount sticking up. Hopefully they'll fix that here in the future. The wheels are also showing some kind of artifact on them. They're this little white artifact. As you get further away, it gets more pronounced. But other than that, I mean, this ship is absolutely gorgeous. Even if you get close to the paint, you see it actually has little scratches in the clear coat and even imperfections in the lower paint level. And that's carried around on the white as well. And you see the little chips in the M50 logo there. Very nice. Got little endorsement stickers all over the ship. You've got the hammer propulsion, and that's the main thrusters. ACOM is, of course, the power supplies. You can see that again there. Now, unfortunately, as I said, this ship is not the best at either being an interceptor or a racer. It does not have it's not the fastest ship in the game. That honor actually belongs to its big brother back there, the 350R. The weapons are, well, it's an okay loadout for such a small ship, but where it really suffers is the fact it has absolutely no armor, which is, of course, what you'd want in a racer. You don't want all that extra weight. And the major kicker is your countermeasure launchers. You only have 4 of each countermeasure, so 4 chaff and 4 flares. So missiles are really a big threat to this ship. Another interesting little feature, you see these little green lights everywhere, or little green strips. Those are actually a military thing. They're called slime lights, and they're used for low light conditions to aid ships or aid aircraft in staying in formation in low light conditions. Interesting that they would put it on a racer ship that is primarily a civilian type ship, unless I guess they have teams out there doing formation type flying into this thing, which could be possible. Who knows? There's some more of them down here, and another nav light. A lot of little radio antennas everywhere. The shield, this little compartment here actually houses the shields. And I'll show you that here in a second. Let me go ahead and zoom all the way, well, not all the way in, but good ways in. I'm going to clip through the model here. And you see this little, well, a little too far. Okay, that's not working too well. Let me switch views. There we go. I think this is the view I used last time. There we go. And there's your shield generator. And as you can see, it's on this platform. It looks like it's supposed to extend down. Unfortunately, there's no animation for that yet. And of course, with the new shields, I'm sure that changes out when you change shields. It'd be interesting to try to put a different power plant in. I may try that here later to see what it looks like. Probably won't look that great. Definitely not as good as this one. There's that rear spoiler type wing. Very cool. Again, the humongous engines. I like the way the landing gear works on this ship as well. It sort of extends down and back and then out. Gives it a very unique stance. Well, I think that just about covers everything for the overview. Again, I'll be doing more videos here later in the week. Tomorrow I'll release one where I actually take the M50 out and race it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and hit that like or subscribe button. This has been Buzzkiller, and I will see you guys in the verse.